99% of homeowners don't know how their plumbing actually works. Every time you turn on a faucet, you are trusting a system you don't actually understand. You've been sold a lie by the big box hardware stores. They want you to think plumbing is just snapping a few plastic pipes together like Legos. They want you pouring highly corrosive liquid drain cleaner down your sink, melting your pipes from the inside out, just so you have to call a massive corporate plumbing fleet to rip your walls open. Today, that ignorance ends. I'm going to pull back the curtain on the actual anatomy of your home. By the end of this video, I will reveal the one invisible component of your plumbing system that is entirely responsible for the horrifying sewage smells in your bathroom, a component almost no one tells you about, and it's not even located inside of your house. But first, you need to understand the machine that you live inside. Your home's plumbing system operates on two distinct, completely separated networks. A pressurized supply system that brings clean water in, and a gravity-fed drainage system that carries toxic waste out. Now, it also comprises your gas system, but really right now we're just talking about the water part, because in some states, in some parts of the country, plumbers don't even work on the gas. The gas purveyor does. But the critical barrier in keeping the two systems we're talking about, the pressurized water and the gravity-fed drain system, from mixing and keeping your home safe from lethal sewer gases is the water seal inside your P-traps and the venting pipes that regulate the air pressure. If either one of those fail, your home becomes a toxic hazard. Look, you felt that sudden spike of panic before, haven't you? You flushed the toilet, and instead of the water going down, it starts rising. Your heart drops. You think about the raw sewage, the bacteria, the mold, the mildew, everything else that'll come with it, the thousands of dollars in water damage to the floors that you worked so hard to pay for. Your home is supposed to be your sanctuary. It's where your family is supposed to be safe. It's where they're supposed to feel safe. When the plumbing fails, that safety is violated. My goal today is to give you the knowledge to protect your sanctuary so you never have to feel that helpless panic again. To protect it, you must understand the architecture. Let's break down the mechanics. The system is divided into two exact halves: supply and DWV, which DWV is drain, waste, and vent. First, the supply water enters your home under immense pressure. Now, it doesn't seem like it. Typically, it's between, I'm going to say 60 and 80, but some parts of the cities, a lot of cities, mine's 100. Now, they'll tell you to put a regulator on to regulate it down to 80, but I never have any problems, so I'm okay. But this water travels through a single main line. It passes through your water meter and immediately hits your main shutoff valve. Now, this is the kill switch, and you need to know that. You need to know how to shut off the water at your house, because if anything ever breaks, anything ever floods, the faster you turn that off, the more money you're going to save. Now, from that main valve, it splits. It comes in and it goes cold water routes directly to your fixtures, normally the first one being the water heater, where it branches off and goes hot. Because when that line feeds your water heater, that's where it splits into your hot and cold. Now, the heated water then parallels the cold lines. They may even be ran in the same ditch. And because this system is pressurized, it defies gravity. It can travel straight up multiple stories. But with pressure comes the risk of friction and kinetic energy. Every elbow, every T, every valve can reduce the flow. Not just can reduce the flow, it does reduce the flow. Then on the other hand, we've got the DWV, the drain, waste, and vent system. So drain, waste, and vent. Remember that. Once water exits the pressurized faucet, it's dead. It has zero pressure. It relies entirely on gravity and slope. A pipe must be pitched precisely 1/4 inch per foot is about where. Any less, the solid waste stops moving. Any more, and the liquids outrun the solids, leaving the solids behind to harden like concrete. Yeah, you know what solids I'm talking about. But here is the architectural genius of the system. toxic, explosive sewer gas is constantly trying to rise from the city's sewer back into your home. The only thing stopping it is physics. Under every single sink, tub, and shower is a P-trap, a little U-bend of the pipe that holds a small, permanent plug of water. Now, if you've got a sink that you don't use often, it can evaporate, and that'll lead to odors in your bathroom because of tub or lavatory or something like that. That little 1.25 to 2 inch pipe, that little bit of water there, that barrier of water is the only shield standing between your breathable air and lethal methane gas. This is where the amateurs expose themselves. Anyone can glue a pipe together so it holds water for a week. But a master craftsman understands that plumbing is a permanent structural integrity game. When I see handymen using incorrect fittings, using the wrong glue, no primer, things like that, using a sanitary tee on its back instead of a Y and eighth bend or a combination, it makes my blood boil. It's a complete disregard for the craft and a disregard for the homeowner because they're not taking care of you the way you should be. Every fitting has directional flow, except for a coupling. Every joint must be prepared, deburred, beveled, and seated with absolute precision. We don't build systems to last until the check clears the bank. We build systems to outlast the foundation of the house itself. You do it right, or you don't touch it at all. Now, let's return to the mechanics, because we must address the final most critical variable. Water cannot displace air if the air has nowhere to go. Imagine putting your thumb over the top of a straw, okay? You stick a straw in a glass, you let the straw fill up with water, you put your thumb on it, and you pick it up. The water doesn't drop. Why? Because a vacuum is created. The exact same physics apply to your pipes. When a large volume of water drops down your drainage pipe, it pulls a massive vacuum behind it. If that vacuum isn't broken, it'll suck the water out of your P-trap. And then that's going to destroy your protective water seal, and you're going to get sewer gases, those deadly methane gases, in your house. Which brings us to the secret that I promised you. You have a slow drain. You hear your toilet gurgling randomly. You smell rotting sewage in the hallway. And yeah, trust me, that's exactly what it smells like. What do? You assume the problem is down below. You pour chemicals down the drain. You buy a cheap plastic snake to stick down in there and pull stuff out. You fight the pipes and you fail. Because the problem isn't the water. The problem is the air. Your plumbing system has lungs. Those pipes sticking out of your roof, those are the vents that help your system breathe. They are the atmospheric intakes that break the vacuum in your system. If those roof vents get clogged by a bird nest, by a squirrel, I've pulled all kinds of crazy stuff out of there. Packed snow, ice, or maybe just a large accumulation of leaves. Your system begins to suffocate. It starts gasping for air. And where does it pull that air from? Well, from your toilet, from your lavatory, from your kitchen sink. It pulls it out of the P-traps. It sucks the water dry from that P-trap, letting the sewer gas now pour freely back into your home. Before you ever let a company charge you $500 to snake your main line, look up. Check the lungs of the house. That is the ultimate insider truth that they really don't want you to know, and they're not going to put it in a brochure. You now know more about the structural anatomy of your home than 99% of the population. You understand the mechanics. You see the logic. You are no longer an easy target for the scam artists and the corner cutters who plague this industry. And there's a lot of them out there. But this is only the foundation. There are vulnerabilities hidden behind your drywall right now that you haven't even considered. Protecting your biggest asset isn't a one-time event. It is an ongoing standard of excellence. If you're the type of homeowner who demands absolute control over your property, who refuses to be left in the dark, and who insists on doing things the right way, then you belong here. Align yourself with this standard. Join the ranks of those who know the truth. You know what to press below to make sure that my intelligence feeds directly into your feed. Fortify your home and do the right thing for it. I'm Roger Wakefield of Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education, and I'll see you in the next video.